It has been well established that Solas is indeed Fen'Harel the Dread Wolf, the ancient god of rebellion and deception.
You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Dread Wolf.
However, it is up to debate what type of man he is and what his exact intentions are. Is he evil or is he good? Did he ever really want to help? Did he ever really care about LAVELLAN? This stupid fate nerd just touched my butt and broke up with me. I think he might be a lot more complicated than both. Fen'Harel was an ancient Elvehn God, well, super powerful mage that was called a god or whatever, known as Lord of the Tricksters and the Great Betrayer. His nature can be described as deceptive and cunning. Solas often demonstrates both. He gives approval when the Inquisitor shows a thirst for knowledge, which proves his appreciation for intellect.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found the ruin of Barandur, a lost Tevinter city buried deep beneath a dead and barren wasteland.
However, it is his deceptive nature that is much more difficult to point out and prove. He never actually outright lies about anything, but his tact at misdirection and omitting the truth is extremely effective. It is clear at the Temple of Mythal that Abelas and Solas recognize each other. Abelas was alive at the time of Mythal's death, and Mythal and Solas were friends back then. Abelas and Solas have a few exchanges. One of them is this.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elvehn such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny.
You can walk away from the temple? Just like that?
After you drink, nothing remains to hold us.
Malas amali nahalam Abelas. His name, Abelas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
Solas did not say that he hopes Abelas to find a new name. He said, the one blood is done, Abelas. Abelas has Valaslan, blood writing, which has been revealed to be a form of marking a slave.
The truth. Your face. The Valaslan. In my journeys in the Fade, I have seen things. I have discovered what those marks mean.
They honor the Elvehn gods.
No, they are slave markings. Or at least they were in the time of ancient Alathan.
So this is... what? Just one more thing the Dalish got wrong?
What Solas is really saying is that Abelas' slavery or blood oath is over. Yes, technically Solas did tell you what he said, but he excluded a lot of the truth. He deceived you. But is he a bad person for having a deceptive nature? I think not. Solas, Fen'Harel, is accused of locking away the Elvehn gods, causing the downfall of the Elven Empire. His name is now associated with betrayal. However, the following codex entry says that history could be remembering wrong. The Dalish use Harellan to mean traitor to one's kin, but the word does not appear in Elven text before the Towers Age. The ancient root word is related to Harellan, or opposition, and Helethen, or noble struggle. The Dalish call Fen'Harel a god of deception, but I posit a far more accurate translation would be god of rebellion. What he rebelled against is a story lost to time. In Dalish legends, Fen'Harel seals away the other deities out of love of trickery. If we understood more ancient Elven, we might find earlier versions of the Dread Wolf story give him a more nuanced motivation beyond spite. In truth, it is more likely that Solas locked away his fellow god-leveled Elven to stop a war centered around narcissism and to end slavery in the Empire. Not as a way to simply play tricks. But that is not to say he does not do horrible things when faced with impossible tasks. The god Fen'Harel was asked by a village to kill a great beast. He came to the beast at dawn and saw its strength and knew it would slay him if he fought it. So instead, he shot an arrow up into the sky. The villagers asked Fen'Harel how he would save them, and he said to them, "When did I say that I would save you?" And he left, and the great beast came into the village that night and killed the warriors, and the women, and the elders. It came to the children and opened its great maw, but then the arrow that Fen'Harel had loosened fell from the sky into the great beast's mouth and killed it. The children of the village wept for their parents and elders, but still they made an offering to Fen'Harel of thanks, for he had done what the villagers had asked, for he had killed the beast with his cunning, and a slow arrow that the beast never noticed. Fen'Harel was clearly outmatched, and instead of putting life on the line and probably dying, he used his cunning to outmatch the beast. However, this was at the cost of many other people's lives. In the end, he saved the most precious and innocent set of the Elvehn, the children, but at a terrible cost to others. There seems to be a theme in his actions, possibly one we can translate to his actions in the events of Dragon Age Inquisition. His end goals are always to save the people, but with what he considers to be acceptable losses. However, his plan probably did not go as well as he thought it would, and he accepts the guilt and responsibility for it.
You would risk everything you have in the hope that the future is better. What if it isn't? What if you wake up to find the future you shaped is worse than what was?
I'll take a breath, see where things went wrong, and then try again.
Just like that.
If we don't keep trying, we'll never get it right.
You're right. Thank you.
For what?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You have offered hope. That if one keeps trying, even if the consequences are grave, that someday things will be better.
But instead of learning from his previous 2 regretted mistakes, he continues on to try and fix things in his morally ambiguous way, killing his oldest friend for the greater good. His motivations are clarified in these developer notes discovered by Redditor Libido. Designer's notes. This is Flemeth from the previous 2 games. In this game, Flemeth's story comes to a head. She knew that Solas would summon her, and that he would need to steal her power to further his plans. She knew that because they were both Elvehn gods, yet Solas has slept for 1,000 years and his power dwindled, while she was killed long ago and a spark escaped from her into a body she now holds. She has nurtured that spark and knew that Solas would need it. He was once her oldest friend, but she knows in his drive to save the Elvehn people he will kill anyone, even her. She intends to let him have the power, so long as she can pass the essence of her godhood onto Morrigan, a gift Flemeth had always planned for her daughter, yet what Morrigan misunderstood as hostile possession. So in the end, he always wants to help. He does it very cleverly and with the long game in mind. But he seems to focus on the goal much more than the losses, which is a terrifying thought to have when you feel you're his friend or lover. That maybe one day he will see you as an acceptable loss for the greater good. But, on the other hand, Wolf God 6.
No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying.
Thanks for watching. Please watch our other Dragon Age videos because I literally cannot shut up about Dragon Age. I can't stop. Please help me.